So by default, this is the best way to play it, even if the difference isn't night and day.
Is this me or do I have sound lag? Did they really?
And springs just a bit more noticeable when you're.
Am I tripping? Hold on, I'm gonna hold on. Oh my god, they actually, bruh. Nah. IGN, bro. They actually uploaded a video with a almost 1 second audio delay. IGN, oh boy. We are recording. Okay, good. What's good, YouTube? Yo, it has never been such an amazing time to be a Sonic fan, okay? Because not only did we get one of the most beloved 3D Sonic games, and 2D if you count old Sonic or classic Sonic, a remaster for that game, Generations. We also got a complete game with a full campaign of like, it took me like 3.5 hours to beat, of Shadow. And honestly, this is the first Shadow the Hedgehog game. It didn't have a lot to surpass, but oh boy. Oh boy, did the game surpass that game with flying colors, bro. Aha, Sonic colors. Yeah, you see, yeah. I'm sorry. Okay, anyway, yo. Now, obviously, IGN is not the best source of review you can get. But unfortunately, it is definitely still one of the most popular and one of the most trusted reviewed sources by morons, okay? Most people don't really trust IGN anymore, considering, well, they've been exposed by the fact that they don't play the games they're reviewing, or like they do play them, but like not long enough to actually give an accurate representation and review of the game. I think if you are a review person who reviews games, you should be, at the very least, beat the game. Beat the full story or the campaign or something like that. Like, that's the minimum I would expect. Unless like a game like Elden Ring or something, but you don't have to review Elden Ring. We know Elden Ring is amazing, right? Anyway, long intro. What a surprise. Will I ever get short intros? Probably not. Anyway, we're hopping right into the IGN review of Shadow, or Sonic X Shadow Generations. But let's be honest, just like this year, it's all about Shadow, baby. Alright, anyway, yo, let's hit it.
Since this is a Sonic review, I'll go fast and cut to the chase. Sonic X Shadow Generations is a fantastic combination of one of the Blue Blur's classics and a new helping of smartly designed Shadow levels designed around his own abilities, and after spending some time with it, has become one of my favorite Sonic games I've ever played.
I agree. I 100% agree. Never thought I would agree with the IGN review in the first couple seconds, but we know it can still go, worse.
Sega and Sonic Team have learned from their recent attempts, Frontiers and Superstars, and have found clever ways to weave the best ideas of those games into a major refresh of a fan favorite. And certainly, when it comes to Shadow the Hedgehog, this is his definitive game.
Who knew, Sega? Who knew that giving Shadow guns wasn't the greatest idea? Especially if he already has badass skills like Chaos Control and Chaos Spear. Like, why are you giving him a Glock? Like, I know it's a cool, edgy thing. Even in the game, the guns were worthless. All right, everyone used the X shooter or whatever, or like the missile launcher was also a really good one. I remember, but the sword was also pretty good. I mean, there were a lot of good weapons. Too bad they don't last long enough. Anyway.
Half the content of Sonic X Shadow Generations is remastered from Sonic Generations, which we gave an 8.5 in our review back then. It does have a few new bells and whistles.
8.5? Yeah, I would not give it that. I would give it like a a generous 7. I would honestly say 8. Yeah, the 3D stages are pretty good. Although I don't think the camera really helps you. Those levels are like almost impossible to beat first attempt with the quick route. Because the camera is just not showing you enough, in my opinion. On the 2D sections. On the 3D sections, it's fine. I think the 3D sections are perfectly fine on Sonic. Then you have like the classic Sonic levels. Well, I mean, they exist. I've not enjoyed any of them. And the bosses, I mean, what can I say? I think a few of them are pretty good. Like the Chaos fight is pretty cool. I like the Shadow fight for the Chaos Emerald. But the Time Eater, come on, bro. The Time Eater alone will take off a whole rank. All right. Anyway, I'm not reviewing Generations.
Like the adorable Chow hidden in each 2D and 3D stage, but other than their level designs are mostly unchanged because they hold up just fine. I'd like to imagine that the Chow are a hint we'll see the return of the Chow Garden from Sonic Adventure 2 in a future Sonic game.
Yeah, we've been saying that for decades now, okay? We're not getting a Chow Garden, okay? We're just not. It's not happening, okay?
But for now, they're just a nice homage. If you've never played the original, it's definitely worth experiencing it for the first time here. Sonic Generations is a stellar combination of 2D and 3D gameplay that celebrated what was at the time a 20-year history by curating and recreating some of the best and most iconic Sonic levels that had come before. Shadow Generations wastes no time showcasing its creativity with multiple standout moments. The very first stage, for instance, transforms into fractals and looks like the alternate dimensions we've seen in Doctor Strange or Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah, true.
The levels from Sonic Generations also get a slight but noticeable graphical boost thanks to the current generation of consoles. Environments look more polished and the colors are more vibrant, making enemies, hazards, and springs just a bit more noticeable when you're moving at high speed. So, by default, this is the best way to play it, even if the difference isn't night and day.
Is it just me or do I have sound lag? Did they really?
And springs just a bit more noticeable when you're.
Am I tripping? Hold on, I'm gonna hold on. Oh my god, they actually, bruh. Nah. IGN, bro. They actually uploaded a video with a almost 1 second audio delay. IGN, oh boy.
You're moving at high speed. So, by default, this is the best way to play it, even if the difference isn't night and day.
Depends on what version you're playing. If you're playing the PS3 version and then you jump over to this one, to the PS4 or 5 version, it is definitely night and day. However, if you go from the already PS4 and 5 versions and then go to Shadow Generations, it's not as noticeable because it was already a pretty good remaster.
However, the real reason you want to play Sonic X Shadow Generations is the all-new campaign filled with creative reimaginings of Shadow stages from his past appearances throughout the Sonic series.
Correct!
Shadow's 5-hour campaign is separate from the Generation storyline, but plays out in a similar way, in that each stage has one part in 2D and another in 3D. Shadow's stages have all the fast-paced appeal you'd expect to get when playing as Sonic, similar to when new paths open up when replaying a stage after Sonic has gained the Light Dash ability.
Yo, listen. No matter how excited I was for Chaos Island when it came into the game and just, you know, showed up like, yo, what the fuck? Chaos Island? Shadow never been here, bro! Do I need to remind you that? I realized that, like, yesterday in the shower. I was just showering. Out of nowhere, I was like, why did they put Chaos Island into the game? I mean, sure, it's cool that, you know, they're showing recent area from a game, but Shadow never been here. So then I started thinking even more, and then I realized assets. Alright, hear me out. They made a fucking phenomenal stage, alright? Both of them. I like both of them. But they made 2 stages from already existing 2D or 3D assets from Frontiers, because that's easier. Now, I don't fault them for making things easy, but it's just, I just think I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me, you know?
Shadow starts with a similar skill called the Chaos Dash, and then goes on.
Huh? The what? What? Yeah, woman, what the fuck are you saying, bro? The Chaos Dash? Nah, I cannot let that slide, bro. Nah, I'm not letting that slide. No way.
To open up even more power.
The Chaos Dash!
Playing a stage after Sonic has gained the Light Dash ability.
Are you just reading a script, lady? Like, who's made this script? What the fuck?
Shadow starts with a similar skill called the Chaos Dash, and then
Chaos Control! He literally says it in the game! How can you do— Oh my days, bro. What the fuck? Nah. I'm sorry. I had to curse out on that for a little bit there. Hold on.
And goes on to open up even more pathways when returning to stages with abilities like the Doom Wings that let you fly short distances and skip whole sections of levels, making them play very differently. Shadow's Chaos Control ability also creates fantastic—
Now she says Chaos Control. Why did she say Chaos Dash? What the fuck?
moments where he does things like freeze time to destroy a missile flying at him in a flashy mini cutscene, and unlike in the 2D Sonic stages that play like classic Sonic with no homing attack or boost gauge, Shadow keeps all his abilities for his 2D sections so they feel just as fast as his 3D stages.
True. That makes him a lot more bearable, not gonna lie.
Besides the main stages, there are various challenge stages with objectives like requiring you to destroy enough targets before reaching the goal, or finish a hazard-filled level with a single ring to unlock bosses and the next set of stages. It's similar to Sonic Generations, with the main difference being that you need to complete all of the challenges to acquire the keys you need instead of just one. I do miss the collecting of the Chaos Emeralds you get in Sonic Generations because some of them had fun rival boss battles against characters like Metal Sonic and Silver, but since Sonic is collecting—
Oh, okay, no, never mind. I was like, wait, Metal Sonic versus Silver? But he meant like Classic Sonic versus Metal Sonic, or Classic Metal Sonic and Silver against Sonic. Yeah, okay.
Collecting them in his portion of the story, it wouldn't make much sense for Shadow to be collecting them at the same time in his.
This is the ultimate power.
With both campaigns combined, the total number of stages is now over 150, including traditional, challenge, and boss stages.
We don't— No. We're not gonna count the challenge stages. No way, bro. I refuse.
That would take even an avid Sonic fan about 15 to 20 hours to burn through, and for those looking for even more challenges—
Oh! What? Nah, hold on.
That would take even an avid Sonic fan about 15 to 20 hours to—
15 to 20 hours? What did you say? There's no way. You have— Nah. Listen, alright? I beat the campaign of Shadow Generations with watching all the cutscenes, doing all the challenges in 3.5 hours. So I would suspect that I would also take the same amount of time for the Generations, especially considering I already beat it once. So nothing is really new. I pretty much know the stages and all that. There's no way, bro. 15 to 20 hours? Fuck are you doing?
to burn through, and for those looking for even more challenges, completing the Shadow campaign will unlock a new option that increases the difficulty of bosses and challenge levels when replaying them.
Incorrect. We get harder bosses, that's true. Not the final boss, unfortunately. I was very disappointed by that. However, we get a separate new set of challenges per stage. The other challenges don't become more difficult. Just want to clarify that.
Though minimal, there are some new storylines that creatively weave between games where Shadow has appeared, tying them into big moments we've seen in past games, like Sonic and Shadow's duel in Sonic Adventure 2.
That's still so insane, bro.
There is also
that boss battle is just straight up savagery, bro. Like, literally as Sonic, you come there, you blast this man to literal bits. All his rings are flying out of his body. Then he falls into the sky, or he gets, like, I don't know, bumped into the sky, lands on his back, and bro is just seemingly unconscious. Like, it's such a savage boss battle, bro.
Healthy dose of new scenes filling in Shadow's past that reunite him with friends and foes and offer more context to his storylines in games like Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic Adventure 2.
Couldn't have done it better myself.
These moments range from fascinating to kick-ass, and they always left me wanting more. Like Sonic's, Shadows is made up of fun reimaginations of some of his best stages across past Sonic games. We've got new versions of levels like Radical Highway, Rail Canyon, and Space Colony Arc, and each stage is packed to the brim with creative routes that make good use of Shadow's old and new abilities.
My favorite has to be... Fuck, I forgot the name again. Don't mind me. I'm just looking up the stage, hold on. Oh, yeah, cool. Shadow Mod. What's the map? Okay, here we go. Kingdom Valley, yep. That's the one. Honestly, I think Kingdom Valley is my favorite. From the soundtrack to the level design, it's just perfect.
He begins with this iconic Chaos Control ability, which stops time, including the stage timer, and allows you to...
I hate that, by the way. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that it stops time. It kind of makes sense. However, it doesn't at the same time, because it doesn't, like, stop your ring usage. Like whenever you get your wings, you like lose rings every second or something like that. But Chaos Control doesn't stop that. So I don't know, man. Like it's inconsistent, and honestly, I hate it, because then if you don't use Chaos Control, you'll get a better time instead of if someone doesn't use it. You know, like I don't think it's a good thing. I hope they change that.
Outrun hazards like a runaway train, stop groups of enemies in their tracks so you can dispatch them with ease, or use the new Chaos Dash to reach strategically placed shortcuts.
This is the ultimate power.
There's no way those things are called Chaos Dash. Oh my god, it actually is called Chaos Dash. Lady, I take it back. I'm sorry for making fun of you. I was just a moron. Honestly, I'm just gonna keep the game open. Who knows if I need to check something else.
From there, you unlock Doom abilities that give you new options for movement and combat. Without going into spoiler territory, one of my favorites that you get about midway through the story is Doom Surf. This power makes water levels a lot more fun by giving you a shadowy mana ray that can spin attack through enemies and objects.
I mean, that's the only ones you get though. Like, you get Doom Surf and you get Wings. Sure, you get Chaos Sphere or Doom Sphere, and then you have like the Doom Blast or whatever it's called, but they're not really that significant. Like the Doom Surf and the Wings are a literal like upgrade. The other ones are just abilities, if that makes sense.
These abilities are handed out after finishing a group of stages or an area's boss, and they come at a fast enough pace to keep things consistently interesting and different from what came before.
Yeah, I agree.
There are also some creative and enjoyable new versions of boss fights, like a metallic dragon that has you chasing him on the water, knocking trash into him, and charging up so you can unleash Chaos Control.
She's doing this on purpose, right?
Like a metallic dragon that has
a metallic dragon. Moving on.
Has you chasing him on the water, knocking trash into him, and charging up so you can unleash Chaos Control and land some real damage with a homing attack.
That power already belongs to me!
I wish there were more of those, but those that are here make excellent use of the most recent Doom abilities and are all fantastic additions to the collection of egg robots and various other bosses from Sonic history.
I will flatten you.
In fact, the only stage that broke my momentum and reminded me of the missteps of modern Sonic games was the Sonic Frontiers 3D stage. It feels empty compared to most of Sonic X Shadow Generations, and had an over-reliance on a new sludge-based upgrade for Shadow that reminded me of one of my least favorite Wisp powers from Sonic Colors. Other than that, though, I enjoyed replaying.
Okay, I mean, I think those are pretty valid criticisms. It's very opinionated or personalized opinions, though. because I actually enjoy Chaos Island stages. And at first I was the same. I was like, why can I not get these fucking... Oh, Doom Morph. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, that's a pretty significant one. Like, Doom Morph is so stupid, I thought, right? Because I didn't know how to use it. But you have to, like, imagine it as a rubber band, alright? It's not... You're not Spider-Man here. And that's my initial thought. That was like, oh, I'm just Spider-Man, you know? I just... Woo! You know, I just swing and, you know, that's it. And then whenever I let go, I get thrown forward with the momentum. No, you get shot upwards. And once you finally understand that, the Doom Morph makes so much sense. I think they didn't really properly explain it, unless the explanation, I just skipped it. You know what, let's just go to the explanation, fuck it. Here we go, Doom Morph. Alright, pressing forms by pressing K. Okay, I don't know what that button is, but that's X, I think, on Xbox. During a jump through a morph ball, speed through the corruption by pressing L. So that's I wish my controller worked. For some reason I mean it's on, right? But whatever. Then you hold square or X to jump, and then hold in midair to grab a morph ball. That's another... Wait, homing attack is just X or square, right? And holding it makes you... Did they make separate buttons? Ah, whatever. Release K to fly out in the opposite direction. Yeah, see? They did explain it. I just didn't read it. What a surprise. Alright, anyway.
Every stage to find optimal paths, gather collectible keys to unlock secrets in the hub world, and improve my runs until I earn the coveted S rankings.
What keys is this woman talking about? There's no keys.
That, though, I enjoyed replaying every stage to find optimal paths, gather collectible keys to unlock secrets in the hub world.
Gather collectible keys. Is she talking about the keys you need for the boss fights? That's the only keys I know.
And improve my runs until I earn the coveted S rankings.
The S rank is such an easy task, man. I've had stages where I did dog shit, and I still got an S rank, so it's very forgiving.
Sonic X Shadow Generations also evolves the all-white hub world of Sonic Generations by taking it from a 2D plane to a 3-dimensional one that expands outwards as you complete all the stages in a section and its accompanying boss.
Too easy.
In between stages, I'd spend some time exploring the hub world to see what chests I could open using keys I'd collected, as well as...
She really thinks the coins are keys. Okay, so I was correct. She did not mean the keys for the bosses, she meant coins. Alright. That's strike 3, woman!
Completing various optional activities like collecting 100 rings in a short amount of time to unlock multiple rewards, like artwork, music, or journal entries about characters and the events of Shadow's life.
Chaos control!
God, I'm so bothered by the audio delay, man.
Besides a McDonald's toy called the Shadow Grinder from 2003 and a DLC stage in Sonic Forces episode Shadow, this is the first time we've gotten multiple full 2D Shadow levels, and it was interesting to see how his expanded moveset impacted their designs. Abilities like Chaos Spears allowed me to hit switches from a distance to open up alternate paths, while Doom Surf meant no longer having to deal with those underwater sections of Sonic games that a lot of people don't enjoy.
Yes! Oh, finally somebody who understands it. I hate water levels in Sonic, man. The only one I can actually tolerate are the ones in Sonic Rush and Sonic Rush Adventure. All the other water stages in any other, like, Sonic game is straight dog shit. Get rid of them. It's awful.
Right on top of the water until reaching land. Finally, I have to call out that the music accompanying our favorite hedgehogs as they race to the goal line is excellent.
Facts.
The guitar riffs for stages like Radical Highway and Space Colony Arc return and are joined by some fantastic tracks like Crush 40's All Hail Shadow and Sonic Heroes Rail Canyon.
Yes, sir. Stop it now. Bring me down.
One of my favorite elements of the Generations games is selectable background music for every stage and challenge. So if you only want to hear Live and Learn across every stage like the Crush 40 Sicko You Are, that's me, you can do that. The only catch is that you have to find some of the music tracks in chests scattered across Shadow's hub world, or by collecting the musical notes and red rings in Sonic's to unlock them. But that's a price I'm willing to pay.
One missed opportunity I want to talk about in context of the music there's no jukebox for the hub rule. So it's constantly this shit. Now, that might, you know, be tolerable for like, I don't know, a couple minutes. But if you're looking for all those chests, if I'm not mistaken, took me 5 hours. Yes, that song is going to piss you off. All right, it's gonna be so annoying. Verdict. Okay,
Sonic
let's go.
X Shadow Generations takes an already excellent game and spring jumps it to new heights at a blistering pace by doubling up the campaign length with creative level design, fantastic bosses, plenty of collectibles, and an appreciable graphical upgrade. While the brand new Shadow content isn't necessarily long on its own, it adds a nice change of pace to the collection of all-time great Sonic stages Generations already contained. And there's an exciting new story that's filled in as you explore the overworld for collectibles, activities, and challenges. This bulked up remaster soars far and above previous enhanced versions we've gotten in the Sonic franchise, and hopefully will be the gold standard Sega holds itself to when it decides to bring back other Sonic games from the past.
No, stop right there. Stop right there. Okay, I know Sonic Team have drastically increased in size, right? I'm telling you, remasters are cool, okay? I have nothing against remasters, okay? I do not have anything against it. However, we've been copy and pasting the same levels for years now, okay? And what I mean by that is they've been reusing Sonic Generation assets since Sonic Generations. Colors tried their best. They tried. They had a couple good ones. Forces had no original ones at all. Most of them sucked. All right, like the fact that Sunset Heights in Shadow Generations was better than the one in Forces says a lot. Anyway, we've been like recycling like Sonic Generation assets and like, you know, especially Frontiers, bro. Holy shit, how many Green Hill Zone stages are there? Anyway, it is time for a new thing, okay? Something new, something fresh, and preferably Sonic going some insane new transformation, like some Secret Rings type shit, or like Black Knight, or Werehog, or whatever, bro. I want Team Sonic to do something completely original again, okay? Because those were the hype things, man. The only reason why Rings and Black Knight weren't very popular is because it was stuck on an awful console for the game. The controls sucked, the frame rate was 2, it lagged. Like, it was an awful experience to play that game. Except Unleashed, alright? Unleashed was just very good. Only the dark stages were just not the greatest, I've heard. I personally played the PS2 version of it. I wasn't a huge fan of the night stages, but I thought they were pretty okay. Until I saw a Xbox 360 and a PS3 version. God, those things are awful. Especially getting all those coins. Like the moon coins or the sun coins. Awful. Anyway, regardless, I want something new, okay? Because we've had all these old school, nostalgia-driven games. Frontiers did its own thing, or tried its own thing. Kind of worked, kind of didn't. And we just need something else, man. We just need something creative, something inspiring, something fresh, and just simply interesting, okay? And I know Team Sonic can do it, okay? Because they've done it in the past. And they have a bigger budget than ever now. So, come on. Do your thing, Sonic Team, please. And yes, you may remaster Sonic Heroes, alright? You may remaster Unleashed, Secret Rings, Black Knight. You can do all of those. You can. But first and foremost, bring out a game that is completely new and original, okay? A 9? They gave this game a 9. Wow, a 9 is insane.
For more, check out our reviews of Super Mario Party Jamboree.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Wait, did they? Oh, of course they also did Sparking Zero. I might have to watch that next. All right. Anyway, that was the review of arguably the best Sonic game that they ever created. And ironically, Shadow saved his ass. Oh, if there's not a redemption arc, I don't know what is. I think, you know, her review was not very thorough, but it got the job done. You know, you don't need a review of 1 hour. Now, if you want to make a review of 1 hour, you know, and, you know, actually say some profound new stuff and, you know, actually, like, good information and all that, you know, that's all good. But they got the job done in 10 minutes, okay? And honestly, for most people, 10 minutes is like the max. The max they're willing to spend watching a video, alright? That's why my videos don't really get them a lot of views, because my videos are long, just like my penis. So yeah, anyway, what do you think about this game? Have you played it? Have you not played it yet? Are you contemplating on buying it? What's stopping you? Honestly, if you are a true Sonic fan, I don't want to, you know, force anyone to buy this game or anything like that. But if you would buy any Sonic game on Steam or on PlayStation or on Xbox, and you like, you know, the boost-oriented 3D levels, this is your game. Like, go out and buy it, bro. Honestly, you're not gonna regret it. Also, I realized that they didn't talk about any of the redubs. Like, they changed some of the dialogue in Generations, the Sonic version, which is odd considering it was a pretty significant thing, because they reduced Amy to a woman that can't have a crush on a guy, because that's, I don't even know why. That's just weird, man. Like, Amy has always been like this fangirl and, you know, been trying to like assault Sonic. Now that I think about it, you know, like a very aggressive kind of love that a lot of people criticized. And honestly, I agree. You know, she can tone it down a little bit. However, in Frontiers and now in this game, they kind of, you know, just removed, or like almost removed, that section of Amy's character. And I think they just toned it down a little bit too much. So next Sonic game, you know, please bring back Rouge Cities, okay? That's about it.